I literally I feel like I could just pop up right now. How's it up, son? How's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. We've been growing really fast, so they're super busy. But
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, grab a seat. Let's chat. And I figured I'd show you what we've been up to, and then we can go grab some food. How hungry are you?
Decent.
Yeah, I'm starving.
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a boogie. I started doing full-time about 2 weeks ago.
You should make it a subscription.
I
It
was
should be
thinking
like
about
it should be an every month thing. Well, you had 3 developers. They'll do a test project because I don't know. You know me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I was like, build this thing, see how it works.
Yeah.
We had them build a client email editor. So I was like, it's just an interface so that we can manually edit the database as like a user.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he did that, and as soon as he logged in, he was like, "Oh man, I know the Meteor Chef. Like he's a fan of yours.
Well, okay.
He reads your stuff." He basically decided that Meteor was the way to go, and so he started learning that. He deliberately was like, "I want to get really familiar with this." As literally, we have 5 spots available for clients right now.
Man, when we started, it was
Hundreds.
that was deep. Yeah.
Yeah. Native apps give you a lot more control and security.
Right.
And so our developer is kind of champing at the bit to dig into that as a project, but I'm a little cautious.
What do they call it? Not Apple Pay, but whatever their payment system is, they force you to use that and they'll reject your app immediately if it has anything outside of their system in it.
And that's fine. Recurly hooks up with Apple Pay, I'm pretty sure.
The other option though, but it would be quite a bit of work, is there's a user interface framework called React, built by Facebook.
Yeah.
And they did something really smart, which is they wrote this language for building interfaces that lets you do stuff on the web, but then they also have one called React Native, which does, basically it takes the same exact code that you would use for the web and compiles it down to actual iOS or Android code. So you're literally running native code. It's not just a thin wrapper around it. You're running the actual native libraries and all the code that's in it. So it's a lot smoother.
All of our decisions now are based on how do we scale things that appear and feel impossibly scalable that are about human connection. Because that's what blows our clients' minds, and that's the #1 thing that contributes to creating massive value, which is intimately intertwined with the LTV, with people sticking around.
A little secret, that was my favorite part.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was fun to build.
Yeah, it's cool, right? So we added a couple of things.
My whole thesis was and my passion was how can we find ways to impossibly, from the outside, impossibly scale human connection?
Yep.
That's what Commit Action is all built on. My focus has been on building a company and proving out the assumptions our business model is built in and solving marketing problems, figuring out how to turn strangers into customers. And we're succeeding with all of that. And then one day I woke up and was like, oh, now I also have to be a leader. And I don't really know how. I've been the shrink for entrepreneurs working from my apartment for the last 6 years. And before that, I was running a solopreneur business. If you're getting your hands dirty and doing amazing work and probably undervaluing yourself and it's a little too cheap and all of this stuff, of fucking course people are gonna be like, oh, it was amazing, right? I'm gonna refer the shit out of her and So
no, that's exactly what happened.
I know that struggle. Honestly, service businesses are just rough.
They're horrible.
In an industry like that, the people who are making the money are the people making the movies. And this whole ecosystem of freelance agencies, service delivery businesses around it are just permanently being squeezed from the top down by the actual clients.
Yes.
And the clients are super smart and they know how to do it and they know that there's a guy who's willing to do it cheaper. And so they're just and one of my golden rules is you cannot outsource the growth of your company, at least not until you've absolutely mastered it and you understand it inside and out, because only then are you qualified enough to
Yes.
know who to hire
Yes.
to do the job.
I have never taken on a client that didn't have a horror story, or 2 or 3 or 4,
Right.
from all the ways they did it wrong.
Right.
And those are the only ones that get better.
Right.
If you haven't gone through those things where you're going through the ringer, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I basically created like a freelancing business / mini agency, and I didn't take myself out of the equation.
Yeah.
So my friends that have been successful were the ones who hired a ton of people under them, and I didn't do a good job of that.
Yeah.
I billed myself into every single contract I built,
Yeah.
where I had a giant staff of people, and I think that that's a really different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The difference, Godin talks about that, like between freelancing and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Both self-employed, but in a very, very different context. And this is what's so genius about trusting your instincts and having a relationship, is that he has relationships with his readers.
Yeah.
In a way that they are craving
Yeah.
a piece from him, and they see something in the inbox and they're like, oh, Mark sent me something. You feel like you're getting something from a friend, not that you're being sold, not that you're being talked at,
Yeah.
but that you're actually engaging one-on-one.
So the real golden rule of business is, if it were easy, everyone would be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just literally say this to everybody. Like, Omar is like shaking his head because he hears it like 100 times a week. Like, when I write an article, I might smash out the draft in like 3 hours. I'll spend another full hour, like another 25%, literally just thinking and like Googling and like looking at a million photos and building a light box and being like, that's the image, because
Yes.
I know on social that image can make or break the performance of that article.